Hello. Hi, good evening. How are all of you doing? Hi, Nishita. Hello, Thalapelli. Hi, Vinod. Hello, Navdeep. Hi, Shefin, Ramdeep, Vinod, Pratham, Anmol. Yes, I'm also doing very well. Thank you so much, everyone, for asking me. How sweet of all of you. That was really kind. Thank you for, asking me how I am doing and how my day was going. So, guys, my day was wonderful. How about yours? How was your day before you saw my face? Right? So how has your day been so far? Hi Priyanshi. Good? All right, so far so good. Okay, let's see how it goes after this as well. Hi Omne. Hi Vinod. Waiting for my class? Yes, I was also waiting for all of you. Yes. Okay, hi Pradeep. Hi Shri. Hello Amarjeet. Wonderful. Okay, guys. So nice to see a lot of you from yesterday, so I can see some familiar faces. Wonderful, Priyadarshini. Hi, Ajay. I can see you. Who else do you want to see? Hi, Aman. Hello. Very good evening to everyone. All right, then. Okay, guys. So let's begin today's session. Today we are going to talk about a topic which all of us don't like that much, or something that we feel a little frightened of, isn't it? Don't you feel a little scared, a little afraid when somebody asks you to start talking, especially using English? Does that happen? Do you feel scared? Yes, Kunal, I can see you. I can read your message. So don't we all feel a little afraid? Our heartbeat goes up. Some of us start sweating. We just don't like to be put on the spot, right? The words just leave us. We have no words in our mouth. It's like all the words have escaped. Yeah. So the effects that speaking has. So today we learn how to overcome that fear and improve our speaking, speak a little bit like a pro, like a native. So you can see slightly an American flag behind me. So we'll try to speak like natives, which means speak free, in a regular interval without hesitation. Yes, Vandana. All right, great. So yes, before I do that, I wanted to give you a short introduction of myself, right? So my name is Deeksha Mehta. Please go ahead, feel free to call me Deeksha. No need to call me ma'am. I'm just like your friend. Okay. So I am a master trainer here at LeapScholar. I have more than 3,000 hours of teaching experience, and more than 20,000 students that I've trained have managed to get a band 7 and above. So that's a very good news. And I want all of you to join this huge number so that it becomes even bigger. All right. So please quickly join this number so that it grows and it becomes around 25,000. Okay. Now, I train students for IELTS, TOEFL, spoken English, which I'm going to do today. I'm going to do spoken English today, business English, personality development, and I'm trained by British Council, IDP, and University of Cambridge as well. So I have all international and domestic certifications. Rest assured, you're in super safe hands. Great. So guys, that was a brief introduction of me. Could you give me a brief introduction of yourself? So I can see your names. I don't want to know your name. Can you tell me something else about yourself? Something interesting? Let me see. Give me one interesting fact about yourself. Something that you feel is interesting. So imagine you're on a date. What would you, tell the other person about yourself? Let me see. Lovely. Sheikh loves mountaineering. Wow, that sounds amazing. All right, I'll sing a song for the date, for my date. So Pradeep is good at singing. Okay, you would say that the other person is charming. All right, I am Shefin is a romantic. Amandeep is adventurous. Sandeep, come on, try. Otherwise, your date will leave. She'll ghost you. Okay. I'm a dedicated person. Dedicated Vikas. All right. Hmm. Wow, Ajay's done his bachelor's in English honors. and he's pursuing his master's. Lovely. Oh, wow. Satvika has an amazing power of intuition. Wonderful. So, guys, do you all know what intuition means? What Satvika's power is? So, kind of like a sixth sense. Wonderful. Priyanshi can speak Korean. That is definitely very interesting. Neha, all right, loves everyone by heart. Okay. So from the heart, she feels a lot from the heart. I'm passionate for cricket. All right, Vinod. Okay, Sai has a brilliant point. Guys, Sai says, I would say I have a lot of money. Well, very honest, Sai. Definitely. I think that would impress the wrong kind of people then. You don't want to impress gold diggers now, do you? Wow, Harsh is a bartender, so he can make wonderful cocktails. Seema is very amicable, very good. What does amicable mean, guys? Quickly, let me know. Do we know what amicable means? Give me a synonym for amicable. Friendly. Another synonym, amiable or affable. Excellent. Good vocabulary. All right, Sandeep would give a compliment. Azmat right here. I like K-pop. I'm a sport enthusiast. All right. Sylvia is easygoing. All right, Mithil. I will do mirroring in front of my date. Hemant, what is that? What is mirroring? I'm not aware of this. All right, I've learned something new today. Wow, Safia is a designer. Wonderful. Anshika also has a very interesting fact, guys. She says, I am the personification of Kumbhakaran and I can sleep for 18 hours. All right, guys. Wonderful. Lovely. Thank you so much for sharing all of your interesting qualities. Great, Sherman. I had a lot of fun reading them. So, see, why did I do this exercise? Why did I do this? What was the reason? Why are we discussing these interesting facts, quirks, our idiosyncrasies? Why did I discuss this? What do you think? Can this help you in IELTS? What do you think? How is this related to IELTS, guys? Exactly, Kuldeep. So imagine that your examiner is like a date, right? If you can give interesting answers, right? If you don't bore him to death, if he doesn't die of boredom, I think he is more likely to give you a better band, isn't it? So whatever information you are going to give to your examiner, try to give him some interesting pieces of information about you, isn't it? Don't be boring. Don't say interesting piece about me. I like to read or something like that. Give some interesting piece of information, right? You can say, I like to read in the bathroom. So that's something interesting, isn't it? Something that makes the other person curious. So didn't you like all of the things that other students said? Oh, all right. Yes, yes, Hemant. This mirroring, I am aware. Okay. Yes, interesting. Right? So you liked it when people had some really interesting things to say. For example, I would say I'm rich, or somebody said I can sleep for 18 hours. Somebody said I like mountaineering. So isn't it? You enjoy talking to people who are interesting. You would not like listening to a person who's boring. If a person is boring, what happens? We stop listening, right? We are zoned out. So for example, right now, if I start teaching something boring, you all would zone out, isn't it? So that is why you should try and make your answers very interesting for the examiner. It can definitely help you get a higher band. All right. Okay, so yes, coming back to IELTS, and now let's talk about speaking. So before I talk about speaking, let's take a small quiz. I want to check how much do you know about IELTS speaking. Okay, let's take a small um, speaking quiz on the IELTS module. Okay. So first question, how many parts are there in the speaking exam? Simple. Yeah, this wasn't difficult. Absolutely correct, guys. There are 3 parts of the speaking exam. All right, next question says, how long does it last for? How long does the exam last for? 30 minutes. I would be tired of speaking for 30 minutes. That's too long. 3 to 4 minutes, too short. So around 11 to 14 minutes, right? Around approximately. Could be plus minus a minute. Wonderful. Can I use idioms? In speaking, can I use idioms? You should. You must use idioms, isn't it? Now, some of us are confused. What are idioms? Right? Okay, so in very simple terms, so do you know those aunties in your society? Those aunties, old, middle-aged aunties in the society? How are they? Aren't they two-faced? Aren't they two-faced? Wherein they say something else, but they mean something else. So on your face, they're going to say, oh, wow, beta, so intelligent, you're working, you come late at night. Wonderful. And behind your back, they're going to say, she comes late at night. She probably has a boyfriend. Isn't it? So yeah, idioms are like that. On the face, they say something else, but the actual meaning is something very different. For example, if I say pouring buckets, right? So what, somebody was actually throwing buckets from the floor or from the sky? No, not really. It just means that it was raining heavily. Similarly, for example, if I say turn a, let's say, make a mountain out of a molehill. So now what does it mean? Did you actually go and create a mountain from a molehill? No, right? It just means that somebody really exaggerated something. Exactly, Ajay. Very good translation. So yes, a piece of cake. So does it mean actual piece of cake? No, it means something is very easy for me. Something is a piece of cake. So IELTS is a piece of cake for me. That means IELTS is very easy for me. So that is exactly what idioms are, and you must use them, right? Even if it's a very simple idiom, for example, not my cup of tea, right? Even if it is like that, if you're using it in the right place, it can elevate your score by by huge by a huge criteria. All right, so please make sure that you try and use them wherever and wherever possible. Never think that, oh, this is a very common idiom. There is no such thing as common and uncommon idioms. All right, all idioms are good idioms. No, no partiality. Okay, next question is, oops, can I ask the examiner to repeat a question? Exactly, Ajay. Definitely, yes, you can. Go ahead. If you couldn't understand him, go ahead and ask him to repeat himself. However, you can do it once or maybe twice. But if you do it 3 times, it tells me that there is some problem with the listening skills, isn't it? It doesn't look nice if after every sentence you're saying, sorry, what? Could you repeat? Pardon? I couldn't understand. Sorry, could you? So if you're doing it 3 to 4 times, then it's really not a good thing. Maybe up to twice is fine. Okay, next, can I correct myself if I make a mistake? So let's say you were talking and you made an error and you realized it. So what should I do? Let it slip, just quickly cover it up, or just say, oh, sorry, right? And improve it. What do you think? Okay. So guys, if you made a mistake and you realized it, right? Please go ahead and correct yourself. Self-correction is a very good thing. He's not going to deduct marks. In fact, it's going to be considered a positive thing that you made an error. That was probably a tongue slip and you self-corrected. If you don't correct yourself, he is going to consider that as an actual error. So don't think that, cover it up or just let it slip. That can't happen because the audio is being recorded. So after you leave, he will play the audio again. And had he not spotted it in the first place, the second time he definitely will. So there is no such way wherein, oh, usne dekha nahi hoga. That's not a problem. He has seen it, he's heard it. So the best thing is correct yourself. Example, Harsh. All right, Harsh says example. For example, let's say I was talking and by mistake, I said, a elephant was roaming. Right? I said this. So what can I say? So I was in the jungle when an elephant was roaming. When an elephant was roaming. So did you see what I did? I immediately said, sorry, an elephant was roaming. very casually. I didn't make a huge show out of it. I just quickly corrected myself. Just a sorry and an element. That's it. So very quick correction. All right. There is no such thing as to how many times can I correct myself. If you are nervous, right? When you're nervous, you may make errors. So it's okay. If you're making errors, you can correct yourself. Okay. Next question that I have for you is, how long should I speak for in part 2? All right. Perfect. So as for the guidelines, it's 1 to 2 minutes. Perfect. But what happens if I speak for less than 2 minutes? Is that good or bad? Check, you should prepare. So less than 2 minutes isn't great, right? So best thing would be to continue speaking till he stops you, because he will stop you the moment you reach 2 minutes. So that's the most foolproof method. Foolproof means something which doesn't fail, right? Foolproof method to acing the speaking test is to continue speaking. Okay, what if I am over with my content before 2 minutes? Then what should I do? Then should I stop speaking or still try and expand and stretch it? What do you think? What do you think? If I'm over with my content, then so guys, try and expand, try and stretch. Even if you don't have content, just try and fill that space. See, I'll tell you the reason. If you don't have content and you speak, right, what will happen? Fillers will happen, or you make a few errors. So he may or may not deduct your marks for it. But if you stop speaking, he will definitely deduct your marks on fluency. So the best thing is you have to stretch it and just try to extend it by hook or by crook. Just talk about, anything related to that topic, but try and really stretch it. Even if the ideas are not relevant or not very particular, he will see some grammar, right? He will see some language. So he's going to assess the language also. So please go ahead, guys, and continue. Just push yourself, force yourself to continue speaking. All right. Okay. So good job done on the quiz, guys. I think you have a good understanding of the IELTS speaking exam. So yes, as I said, it is 11 to 14 minutes and it is always with a human being. It's never with a computer. No, Arun, not a good idea. Right? It's always with a human being and it's also recorded. Because of the pandemic, it may happen over a video call. So even a video call is with a human being, right? So for example, I am on a video call with you, but I am still a human being. I am not a robot or jadoo sitting here. Okay. Now, please carry your actual passport. Without that, you won't be allowed to appear for the exam. Mask is mandatory, guys. You won't be allowed to remove it. So practice speaking with a mask. And most important, watch is not allowed. That means you would not know how long you've spoken for. The only way is just let him stop you till you speak. These are the individual timings. You can see part 1. It's an introduction, right? 4 to 5 minutes. After that, you have the cue card. He will give you the cue card. You need to speak for 2 minutes. And he may ask you a few follow-up questions, maybe 1 or 2. And finally, a two-way discussion for 4 to 5 minutes. Ajay, no, mask is mandatory, guys. Please practice with a mask. All right, guys, wonderful. Let's move forward now and begin today's session. So today we are going to look at how to become more fluent, right? So let me give you some tips for gaining fluency. So have you heard the number 1 tip for fluency? What does everyone say? What has everyone told you? What's the best way to become fluent? What tip do they give you? So does everyone say practice? Does everyone say speak more? In front of a mirror with friends, practice, speak more, mirror, record yourself. Guys, okay, so did you notice what is happening? Our speaking is not great, and everybody is saying speak. Hey? If I could speak well, then why would I be asking you for tips? Isn't it? What kind of a tip is that? I am saying that I face issues with speaking. You are telling me speak. What kind of a tip is that, guys? Isn't that contradictory? That's bizarre. Imagine you go to someone and you say, hey, I've hurt myself. My finger is cut. And the doctor says, okay, don't bleed. Stop bleeding. What? If I could do that, then why would I come to you? Isn't it? And guys, honestly, everybody tells you to speak, to practice. But you do that? We are so lazy. Okay, not just you, even I. All right, I'm not blaming you. All of us are a little lazy, and then we procrastinate. We feel, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it tomorrow, or speak in front of a mirror. Who does that? Who has ever gone to the mirror and been like that Cinderella? I don't know what Cinderella movie it was, where she says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" Who does that? I've never done it. That is so weird. I think my family would think I've gone crazy, that I've gone and started speaking in front of the mirror. What kind of tips are these which we can't use? What kind of tips are these? These are good tips, but the problem is we don't implement them. So I don't know if I should call them good tips or not. They are great, but the problem is we know we won't do them. So I am not going to give you tips which I know you won't do. All right, let me give you tips which you should actually do. All right, guys. So first of all, we know that our speaking is a little bit here and there, and we need to do something about it. But what is the problem? Do we know what the problem is? Why are we so hesitant? Why are we so underconfident? Why do we feel scared? What is the reason? Have you ever thought about the reason? So one reason is confidence problem, right? That we'll have to solve by other ways. We are introverts, we are not confident. What is another reason? When you start speaking and there are no ideas. What happens when you start speaking? So one problem is no ideas. I don't have anything to say. Second problem is no words. I feel so nervous. I forget all the words, right? So let's tackle both of these problems. Okay, so if you have no ideas, how do you sort it? What is the solution? So no, speaking is not the solution. If I don't have ideas and you ask me to speak, hello, I don't have ideas. What should I speak? I have nothing to speak, right? So first thing is get ideas. That means you will have to read for the speaking exam also. So look at a few topics which are usually covered in the speaking exam. For example, your favorite book, your favorite hobby, your favorite movie, your favorite, let's say, person, right? These are very, very common topics which usually appear in the IELTS part 2, isn't it? Favorite book, hobby, person, movie, things like that. So the best way to prepare these is by actually reading them. Just go to the internet, quickly do a Google search, favorite book speech or favorite big book essay. Somebody must have written an essay. Just read it once. It'll make you feel much more prepared. Isn't that how we prepared for our school exams and college exams? So we read someone else's essay and then put it in our own words. That really helps. So these are very common topics. You can go ahead and read a few of them on the internet to have some ideas. Now, the second problem is no words. I fumble, I get nervous, and I don't have any words, right? So for this, what you can do is, again, to get words, even when you're nervous, to be able to speak, even when you're nervous, this will only happen when you are immersed in the language. That means very frequent with the language. When you read every day, your mind will be so habitual to sentences and language and English that things will just easily come out. So again, instead of practicing, first you need to read, right? So first of all, read and listen. You can listen to the English radio, English TV, English discussions, English social conversations, all of these. How many of us use social media? How many of us use social media? Facebook, Instagram, then Snapchat, all of us, right? All of us use something or the other. Great, good job done. So use these for, for improving your English. How? Follow better accounts. So, for example, you can follow people who, who have good English or who post content about English. For example, one account would be, you can follow Shashi Tharoor. I'm sure you would learn a lot of English words. He uses a lot of English sentences. Another account you can follow is The English Nut. He posts a lot of interesting things about English. Definitely, you can follow Satguru. I think he also posts a lot of things in English, doesn't he? So leave the spirituality and the religion, but you can definitely learn some English words. Now, who else? You can also follow, guys, LeapScholar. So on LeapScholar's Instagram account also, a lot of the educators post a lot of interesting things. And of course, one of our educators, who is Manisha Agre, she also posts a lot of articles, blogs in English. So you can go ahead and read those. Perfect. So use social media for the better. Now, next thing, after you have started reading, after you have put this into practice, guys, right? Other places to read are short books, short, you can say comics. So for example, Tintin, guys, how many of you read Tintin comics? Tintin, anybody? All right, I can see 10. Muskan, no. Okay, check it out. Check out Tintin. The Adventures of Tintin. The one who had a dog, a small white colored snowy dog. Yes. Then you can also read Tinkle. Right? Tinkle is a good comic in English. Okay. And then you can also gradually move to novels. Move to novels later. First, let's do short comics, right? When you're looking for novels, you can read Harry Potter. It's super interesting, and all of us have seen the movies. Okay. Then next you have Percy Jackson, right? That is super interesting as well. A lot of amazing vocabulary there. Then you also have Sherlock Holmes as a novel. So interesting, right? Okay, so this will really help you. Yes, Thalapelli has a question. This is a speaking class. Why are we discussing reading? So yes, we're discussing reading because before you start speaking, we need to be very thorough with the language, right? So these are great sources. Now, after that, next step, after you have started reading every day, or even the newspaper is fine, then you can start practicing. That is the second step that you need to do, practice. Now, who do you practice with? Okay, so with a mirror, with a friend, perfect. But the best thing would be practice with an English teacher. So all of us had teachers, English teachers in school. If you are in contact with them, practice with them. If you're in contact with somebody whose English is better than yours, practice with them so that they can help you. They can tell you what errors you're making. After that, you watch a lot of Netflix series, don't you? Netflix series, all of us watch them, Netflix and chill, right? So what you can do is repeat with understanding, right? Repeating behind the series is a very good way of improving your pronunciation. Sometimes you will realize, oh, such a simple word, I was mispronouncing it, right? For example, I recently saw this word, such a simple word, isn't it? Do we pronounce it as adjust? No, right? The D is silent, adjust. So such simple words, you will learn that, okay, I was mispronouncing it. So this is why repeating after the series, whichever is your favorite series. For example, let's say, what series is there? Money Heist, or any series that you like, The Office, you can just for 10 minutes. Don't do it for too long, you'll get tired. So for 10 minutes, just repeat after them. And of course, please do not memorize anything. Guys, I'm just asking you to repeat for improving pronunciation. But do not memorize anything. Vocabulary, all right, but apart from that, don't practice rote learning or cramming for the exam. And stop being so nervous. Trust me, a lot of you are good speakers. The only problem is you are being nervous for absolutely no reason at all. Okay. And one of the most important reasons for your nervousness is that you think your pronunciation is not good enough and your vocabulary is not good enough. Right. So pronunciation, you can leave it. It is good enough. Okay. Secondly, coming to vocabulary. Now, how to learn vocabulary? How do you learn vocabulary, guys? By reading. Okay, very good. That's a brilliant idea. How else? So, guys, you can make your own vocabulary maps. Vocabulary maps or vocabulary list. How do we do that? How can we make a vocabulary map? Very simple. Just take any topic. For example, food. All right. And guys, now give me all the words that you can think of about food. All the adjectives, then any idiom that you can think of. Delicious. Okay, very good. Delectable. Let's write delectable. Palatable. Very good. What else? Scrumptious. Edible. I'm a foodie. What else? Yummy. Delicacy. Something is a delicacy. Very good. All right. Spicy. Bland. All right. Crispy. Okay. What about finger licking good? Spilling the beans? No. Spilling the beans is not related to food. What about finger licking good? Is it only a KFC, your tagline, or is it an actual phrase? You can go ahead and use it. It is an actual phrase, right? So here is a little vocabulary. For example, you can see I've written delicious, savory, right? Savory. Savory is when something is salty. Then you have spicy. What is tart, guys? What is tart? No, the adjective, not the dish. Very good. Tangy, or when I can say lemon, right? Lemony, something which is sour. Then you have piquant, pungent, right? When something, for example, ghee. Some people find ghee pungent. Okay. And also some idioms. For example, finger licking good. So as I said, then melt in your mouth. So let's say the kebabs melted in my mouth. To have a sweet tooth, and everything from soup to nuts. So for example, I am a foodie. I like everything from soup to nuts. Isn't it? So you can go ahead, use all of these idioms, vocabulary, and you should make such mind maps, right? Okay, guys, moving forward, next thing we are going to learn today is collocations. All right, so we are going to learn collocations. Now, what is a collocation, guys? What is a collocation? Quickly. You should use collocations in the speaking test, but what is a collocation? 2 words, all right, 3 words also, which usually go together. Very good example given to me. For example, fast food, right? Fast food is a collocation. Can I remove fast and use a synonym? Can I say rapid food? Or can I say quick food? No, right? Similarly, what about fast train? Right? It's a fast train. Can I say quick train? That sounds so funny, doesn't it? Right? So these are collocations. So let's take a quiz on collocations. Let's see how much do you know, and let's learn a few more. All right, ready? Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so which of these is a common collocation? The first one is easy. A, B, or C? We did that one already, right? Fast food. Okay. Second, I was running late, so I only had time for a dash shower. So short shower, quick shower, fast shower. Perfect. B, quick shower. All right. You'll do it if you dash enough. If you try hard enough, if you really try enough, or if you want to enough. Very good. It is try hard enough. If you try hard enough. Okay, next. So which of these is correct? Richly decorated, richly wealthy, or greedily rich? What do you think? A lot of incorrect answers now. So, richly decorated. For example, the cake was richly decorated, right? Okay, and guys, yesterday was Mahashivratri. So, how many of you dash a fast? Did you keep it or observe it? Guys, so many wrong answers. You don't keep a fast. That is a literal translation from Hindi. You observe a fast. I observed a fast. I observed a fast yesterday on the account of Mahashivratri. All right. And what do I do then? Do I break a fast or do I open my fast? What do I do? Break or open a fast? Okay, now again, I can see everybody giving both options, guys. Okay, guys, so in English, I know religious meaning is different, but in English, it is break a fast. All right, I understand that we don't say that in Hindi because, we don't break it, but in English, right, it is break a fast. All right, I know in Hindi we don't say that, or it's not good, it's not spiritual, but let's only stick to English. So yeah, all right, guys, let's move forward. Moving forward, more questions. Dash, let's say, he saw a dozen tigers advancing on me. I saw a dozen tigers and Dash regretted the impulse. So what do you think? Sourly regretted the impulse, piercingly, pungently, or bitterly regretted the impulse? What do you think? Everybody's giving me different answers, guys. What is happening? Bitterly. I bitterly regretted. I bitterly regretted. Give me one more thing which I can use with bitterly. Can you give me one more example of what can I use with bitterly? It was a bitter truth. Very good. Good. And also, it was bitterly cold. That is also a very good collocation. All right. Next, perhaps she should go away and dash a new start. So do a new start, commence a new start, make a new start, or begin a new start. Okay, now it is make a new start, guys. Make a new start. Okay, next. A weekend of bad weather brought dash rain. So strong rain, weighty rain, heavy rain, or serious rain. Excellent. It is heavy rain. And what do I use with strong? So strong, what goes with strong? Strong winds and strong showers. Strong showers or strong thunderstorm. Okay, next. Her hair was dash mess. So what would you say? Interwoven, entwined, tangled, or entangled? Her hair was a dash mess. Very good. So her hair was a tangled mess. A tangled mess. Okay, next thing, we are going to learn something new next, which is connotation. Now, what is connotation, guys? Have you ever heard the word connotation? Okay, connotation means meaning of a word, meaning, but not the literal meaning. It means emotional meaning, what emotions are attached with the word. All right, let me give you an example. So if I call you lazy, how would you feel? Would you feel good or bad? If I say, hey, you are so lazy, would you feel good or would you feel bad? You would feel bad, right? It's a negative word. It's a negative word. Okay. But what if I said, you are so chill, you're so laid back? Now would you feel bad or good? You're so chill, you're so laid back. Now you would feel nice. No, wow, I'm a laid back person. I am not on her head all the time. So this has a positive meaning, right? So in the speaking exam, we must make sure we are using the correct word to describe someone or something, right? Let's take another example. So if I called you aggressive, how would you feel? If I say you're so aggressive, what do you think? You'd feel bad, right? It's slightly negative. It means you're very violent, or you speak too loud, or you're very aggressive, right? And what about if I said you're so assertive? I like that you're assertive. Definitely positive, isn't it? That's a good quality. That's a good trait. You should be assertive. Put your foot down. All right. So what is the connotation? Literal meaning or emotional meaning? Literal meaning was same of both lazy and laid back, but emotional meaning was different, right? So guys, again, let's take a quiz. Let's see how much we know about words. First question, if someone called you childish, would it be negative or positive? If I say you're so childish, it means you're immature, isn't it? So it's negative, guys, negative, right? You don't, childlike may be positive, but childish is negative. Okay, which is negative, stingy or thrifty? This was easy. So stingy is someone who is a miser, right? And thrifty is someone who's wise, who saves money. For example, going to a thrift market, right? Thrift store. All right. Next, I admire the man who jumped on the subway tracks to rescue a stranger. He was dash. So he rescued someone. What word would you use? Again, easy. All of the others are negative apart from courageous, right? He was courageous. Okay, next. Although the problem was difficult to resolve, Sandra and John were dash in searching for an answer. So which of them is a positive word? No, headstrong is neutral. It's not positive. So the correct word is persistent, right? Persistent, when you keep persisting, you continue moving forward irrespective of everything. That's a very positive word. Okay, next question. Which of these is negative? A box filled with documents or a box crammed with documents? Perfect. So a box crammed with documents, it means chock-a-block, full, jam-packed, right? Okay, next. Which word has a negative meaning? Stench or smell? Tricky? Okay, guys, so simple. A smell can sometimes be neutral, right? I can smell something. It can be neutral. Or there's a smell in this room, or the room smells of roses. It can sometimes be positive, but a stench is always negative. Okay, next. Kevin's interest in model cars has turned into a hobby. So if instead of hobby, I say obsession, if his interest has turned into an obsession, does it become positive or negative? So guys, remember Shah Rukh Khan from Dar? So earlier it was just a hobby and then it became Kiran. So definitely negative, right? Definitely negative. Obsession is definitely negative. Okay, which of these is the most negative word? Leave, depart, or abandon? Easy, very good. Now we've got a hang of it. So abandon means to leave someone forever or to leave someone on their own. So yeah, abandon is not great. You can leave for a flight or you can depart. Your flight can depart. So those are not really negative. Okay, next. Which is the most negative word? Dirty, filthy, or soiled? Okay, all three are negative, guys. Which is the most negative? Which one would you say for saying, this one is the worst? All right, so filthy, right? Filthy means absolutely dirty. So have you seen Home Alone, guys? How many of you have seen Home Alone? Have you seen Home Alone? Okay, almost all of us. So do you remember that scene where Kevin is watching a movie and the person, just before he's about to shoot in that movie, before killing, what does he say? Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, right? So he says as before killing someone. So filthy is really dirty. Soiled is just something which has stains, residual stains, right? Which is contaminated. So not that bad. Okay, next. Now, what else do I have for you to learn vocabulary? Let's play something. Let's play a small crossword for synonyms. All right, guys. So let's play a crossword. All right, let's do this. So have you all done crosswords before? Okay, quickly, give me a synonym for angry. So two across, that means two is here. Here I need to write a synonym for angry. Which fits here, guys? Very good. I think furious fits here. Excellent. So let's write furious. Oh, apologies. Okay, next. Next we have a synonym for scared in number 4. Give me a synonym for scared. Filthy rich, in case of filthy rich, that is a collocation, right? So the meaning changes. It means very rich. For example, if I say pretty scared, right? That doesn't mean I was pretty, right? And scared. It means quite scared. So that's a different thing. Okay, so for scared, tell me, frightened, afraid. Okay, I have to put it here. I need 6-letter word. Perfect. So afraid fits here. All right, great. Okay, next, a synonym for delicious, number 5. Now this is easy. Okay, 2 things are filling here, yes. Yummy and tasty both are fitting here. All right, let's write tasty. Oh. All right, next. Synonym for select, number 8. Easy, this is easy. Synonym for select. Eligible, no. Choose, perfect. Choose fits here. Great. All right, next we have synonym for beautiful in 1 down. So where is 1 down? Here it is. Gorgeous doesn't fit here. Elegant doesn't fit. Pretty, exactly, we have pretty. All right, guys, we are running out of time. Let's take a pause. Let's take a break here and let's move forward and talk about going abroad. So I know a lot of you are planning to go abroad and you need help with your IELTS exam. So I wanted to tell you that my batch is launching, guys, on 7th of March, which is Monday. It's a 2-week, very short crash course, especially for people who are going for September 2022 intake. Why? Because September 22 intake, the deadline for application is March end or maximum April beginning. So you don't have a lot of time for appearing for the IELTS exam, which is why it's a 2-week quick course. I'm going to cover all 4 modules in just 2 weeks. You will have 20 live classes. So all the best tolerating me for 20 hours. And on Saturdays and Sundays, we are going to take mock tests. Along with that, you will also get 1 speaking evaluation and 3 writing evaluations, full length writing evaluations. And if you miss any class, you are also going to get recordings of all the live sessions. Okay. Now, all of this along with grammar classes, isn't it? So grammar classes and doubt solving sessions daily is available for $299. You can use my code DMLive20, which gives you a 20% discount. But there's a good news. You can get it for absolutely free, guys. So do you want to know how to get it for free? All right, let me share something very interesting for you. Okay, So we have a quiz going on. If you do the quiz and get full marks there, you can join me in this batch for absolutely free. That's it. That's simple. So if you clear the quiz, which is about IELTS, you can get this batch for 0 rupees. All right. So guys, please click on the link of the quiz, attempt it, and join me on 7th of March for a 2-week crash course. So by 21st of March, you would be done. You would be ready to take your IELTS exam just in time. Okay. Now, if the timing isn't suitable for you, it's a late evening batch from 10 to 11:30 p.m. If it's not suitable for you, we do have a lot of options as well. So you can see there are so many batches which are live right now. You can take any one batch for free, not just mine. All right. So click on the quiz, clear it, and take any batch. Guys, the quiz is open only till the live ends. Once the live ends, you won't be able to attempt the quiz. So go ahead. I'm going to wait for 30 seconds, attempt the quiz and come back. Okay. And also, guys, I wanted to inform you that did you enjoy playing all the games that I had today? So was it a boring lecture where I was teaching something? No, right? We learned by examples. So I cleared everything with examples. What is a collocation, connotation, synonyms, right? We played crossword puzzles to learn vocabulary. So we are going to do this every day. It's not going to be a boring lecture. We are going to have a lot of exercises, games. So you will enjoy while learning. And also I will crack a lot of PJs, just like Home Alone and everything, right? So we learn with a lot of fun. It's not going to be like a teacher and student training. I'll be like your friend. You can ask me all your doubts. We can have fun together. And please join me on 7th of March. I would love to see you there in my batch. Okay, yes. If you have any doubts about the batch, please let me know. Guys, did you know that in the IELTS exam, you need a lot of grammar help as well? So there are so many topics that we need to practice. For example, let's say your complex sentences. Then you have how conjunctions. You need to learn active and passive voice. You need to brush up your tenses, your subject-verb agreement. So in our grammar classes, we practice 10 such topics which are very useful for the IELTS exam, guys. So no, it's not all play also. Not all play. We do work as well. We will learn a lot of things in the session, just that it won't be boring. Okay. If you're unable to open the quiz, you need to change your phone number. So just borrow your brother's or sister's siblings' phone and use their phone number. It should work then. All right. Okay. If you're unable to join my batch, guys, I would strongly recommend join any of the other batches which are available. Because if you can see, all of these batches are actually for 299 rupees and you're getting them for 0 rupees. So it's a brilliant opportunity. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Please take it. Don't let it slip and join us. So again, you can see we have a one-on-one session as well, which is for 5,000. So usually IELTS coaching is very expensive, right? But we are giving it to you at very affordable prices and also for free. And if you want to join this personal class, you can use my code DMLive20. All right, that would give you 1,000 rupees off. So please join us, guys. My batch is full. All right, that's all right. You can join another batch, guys. Not an issue. Okay, look at which batch you are seeing. There are 2 batches on the site. One is this one. One is the foundation batch. So make sure you're clicking on the correct batch, 10 to 11:30 p.m. Okay. Let me check if it's full or not. Let me quickly check. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So that batch is full. No worries at all. You can definitely join any other batch. All of our instructors are absolutely brilliant, guys. And all of them are trained either by British Council or IDP. So you will be in safe hands. Okay. So yes, Sai, I hope to see you on 7th of March. And anyway, I'm going to see you tomorrow, guys. Again, we are going to practice speaking. We are going to practice some other aspects of speaking tomorrow. And I'll try to give a few of you chance to unmute yourself as well. Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Bye-bye. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you so much, everyone.